Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and here to talk about the possibility of Xbox Game Pass going up in price. And honestly, not surprised by this whatsoever. I talk about Game Pass all the time on this channel, and I always say it's an incredible value. It is a tremendous value to the consumer in the present moment and time, if you are looking at it in a vacuum. But I always question what is the long-term viability of Game Pass as a service, because we've seen subscription service naturally in the course of history over the last 10 to 15 years as the subscription services as far as media have been popping off. There's always a course of events with subscription services, and they seem to naturally follow the same timeline, and guess what? Game Pass is seemingly following that timeline once again. And right now, Microsoft is very much in the news cycle with everything going on, and there's a lot of turmoil over there. We're going to talk a lot about, Tango being shut down, Arcane Austin being shut down, and I got a video going up tomorrow talking more about that. But let's talk about Microsoft, particularly as noted by Tom Warren on The Verge, very reputable source here. There's a lot of turmoil going on, and there has been consideration of increasing the price of Game Pass Ultimate again. It has already been increased once. If you're just on Game Pass PC, it's been at $9.99 a month, but I ultimately see that going up in price as well. There's also been internal debates on whether to put the new Call of Duty releases on Game Pass. Here's why this is so important. There's another element to this, but that we'll get into in a little bit. But here's why this is so important. As far as Call of Duty goes, it is a juggernaut of an IP, and it generates a lot of revenue, and it is very much a live service game that you get $70 out of, and then you monetize it beyond the initial $70 purchase. There's two schools of thought. You can put Call of Duty onto Game Pass and you negate a lot of the value in selling the game for $70, but then you also get more people jumping onto the game because it's on Game Pass. And then you can monetize those people that are playing the game, because that's the idea of a live service game. Call of Duty is incredibly powerful because it's a game that they sell for $70 and they can monetize it greatly on top of that. That is the dream for any publisher in the year of 2024. That's what Warner Brothers is trying to do with games like Suicide Squad. That is what Ubisoft tries to do with games like Skull and Bones, and those two games in particular flopped like crazy to the point where Warner Brothers blames their negative quarterly financials on Suicide Squad. But there are other titles that have popped off. Diablo 4, for the opinions that people have on it, is a $70 game, and Blizzard certainly monetizes that beyond the initial $70 purchase. And Ubisoft has been successful in monetizing like Assassin's Creed on top of the initial $60 purchase, but it's a difficult game to play. But obviously Call of Duty, being a juggernaut of an IP, even where it went super heavy into the live service model, it has parlayed that very successfully. Warzone as well. But once you put Call of Duty on Game Pass, the toothpaste at that point is out of the tube. It's hard to then get people to also spend $70 on it, but Game Pass is only on Xbox, so you're still going to be selling the game for $70 on PlayStation. But the reality is, you can offer as much value on a subscription service as you want. Ultimately, and this goes for every subscription service across the board, there is a ceiling that you are going to hit. There are only so many people on planet Earth that are going to sign up to a subscription service to play video games. And then once you hit that cap, the more value you add, the lesser and lesser the returns on that value proposition being added get, and you're spending more money and not getting a return on it. That's why I truly believe Tango is being shut down. That's why I believe Arcane Austin is being shut down. Tango, because I guess they deem Hi-Fi Rush and the other titles not viable to increase Game Pass subscriptions and viable solutions for their current business model. Even though Microsoft said that Hi-Fi Rush was a success in every key metric, honestly, that was probably some PR fluff, but I digress. At some point, rubber meets the road. Whatever saying you want to go with, you're adding value, you're not getting a return on it, and ultimately you have to be a profitable business. This business model has to be profitable. With every subscription service, that's the case. That's why subscription services, when they get started, a lot of the times you'll see that the value proposition is ridiculous, and it continues to get ridiculous and better, and then at some point, they hit that ceiling. At some point, they come to the realization it's time to circle back on the drawing board. How do we make this a profitable and viable business for the long term? Well, that comes in at the point where Game Pass is right now. It seems like subscriptions to the service have mostly stagnated, and what happens after that? You gotta make money, you gotta be profitable. What do? You increase the price of the subscription service. That has happened with every other subscription service, and best case scenario, the value proposition will stagnate. Most cases, the value proposition does in fact go down. This has happened across the board. They're trying to get the buy-in right away, your foot in the door. They value that a lot because once you get started with the subscription service, you kind of have to take the L for a while to get people subscribing, and that's why they got heavy hitters. That's why they're signing deals for the Persona 3 Reloads, for the Lies of P, for the Atomic Hearts of the world. Those are third-party titles that they're signing big money deals for because you have to get those publishers, get those developers to bring their games on over to Game Pass and lessen the value of their game inherently by offering those games on Game Pass. Those are incredibly expensive deals to facilitate and finalize, but Microsoft has been doing it, and they've been doing a lot of that. Well, now it comes to the point where, is this going to be a long-term profitable business? And for Microsoft, they got to up the price of it. They got to pick and choose what deals they sign now. And you look at a game like Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2, I don't foresee this being a game that, gets a ton of new subscribers. They bought Ninja Theory. Hellblade 2's been in development for a while. They spent a lot of money creating Hellblade 2. Is it going to be worth the return on investment? Probably not. Let's be real here. Probably not. Hellblade 2 is probably not going to be worth the amount of money that they spent on it. That's just it, bro. It's a $50 release as well on Steam. You can buy it there, but I don't foresee it selling that well on Steam either. I think it'll do okay. And there are rumblings that Hellblade 2 will ultimately come to to PlayStation 5, and that's why they're going this multi-platform route as well. They gotta monetize, they gotta extend the monetization periods of these games because Game Pass, it's hit that ceiling, or it's damn near close to hitting that ceiling, and Microsoft has to reassess how they're gonna move forward. That includes decreasing value proposition, increasing price point, and you're kind of seeing that now. Although, I still am of the belief Game Pass for now, still a ridiculous value, still incredible value. You've got games like Avowed coming out, Indiana Jones, Hellblade 2 is coming out. There's a lot of big titles, but that's why you also saw a lot of those Xbox games. Just damn near every first-party Xbox game has fake early access baked into it with the deluxe edition because they need to monetize these games further beyond just the subscription service to actually make money. That's something to consider as well, but I digress. That's going to do it for me. Certainly interested to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments section down below, but Game Pass could be going up in price, and certainly a story to follow in the coming months. That's going to do it for me. Your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.